Are you looking for a service design job? And are you curious if those job descriptions that you find online actually describe something that resembles a job that might be interesting for you? Well, that's what we're going to try to find out in this new episode of the Service Design Job Critic. And in this episode, we're going to look at a job in South Africa. This is Service Design Jobs. Here's the overview of the jobs that are currently available, and my eye was attracted to this position at Ikhokha. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's a service design job in South Africa. So that's one of the things already that made it interesting for me, because I'm really curious what the service design scene is in South Africa. So any job that is available there is worth looking for. So let's try to dissect this job. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Let me highlight a few things that I really liked about this job description. So it already starts in the first paragraph over here, and it's the thing where they describe, let me see, yes, here. They are describing that you actually develop and articulate a service strategy. That's already a plus sign for me. And the other thing that I really liked about this one is that they describe here that you're going to work on delivering value for customers, employees, and the business. So for me, that's the golden triangle. When you see something like this in a job description, yeah, that's a big plus, because too many service design jobs just focus on a human-centered aspect, which is important, but the business aspect should be part of it as well. So that's a big plus that we can see already. What else? Let's see. There was here, and this piece. This piece caught my eye. So it says that you'll be developing and enhancing existing cultural conditions, practices, and rituals to design user-centered services. Now, why is this important? This specific section, for me, indicates that the person who's writing this understands that you can only deliver great services if you create an environment in which they can happen. So rather than just focusing on creating new services, which I have other video about, you can probably, it's very hard to design an actual new service from the ground up. More often, you're just creating the conditions in which a specific service experience can emerge. So that's really good that this is here. Now, let's see. There was one more thing. One of the things Daniela also mentioned in another service design critic video was that you want to understand where you'll be in the organization. Which position will you have? And they described over here, let me see. Yes, you'll be supporting executives. So that's already a good sign how important this role will be. Of course, we don't know how big this company is. If it's a company of 10 people, then supporting the executives isn't that indicating, but yeah, it's good that it's in here. All right. When we look at what they call the deal breakers, these are basically the skills and capabilities that you need. Most of the things in here are actually really good. They mentioned the end-to-end journey, so that's a big plus. Experience in agile practices and related to the design language, data analysis, research abilities, excellent communication skills. I think communication is one of the most important skills in service design. There's just one thing that I don't understand, and that's this one: relevant design thinking qualification. What is that? Why did you add this to this list? What do you mean? But the rest, I think these skills and capabilities should pretty well match with what a service designer should be able to do. So that's also a plus. Right. Now, we come to an interesting section. What would you be responsible for? And there are some good things in here, definitely. One of the things I liked is that they mention that you'll be responsible for setting certain KPIs. You'll be, let me see, identifying how cost of delivery can be reduced, defining key metrics, estimate the cost. So these might not be things you would typically expect in a service design job description, but what this indicates for me is that your role won't be a nice to have. You're actually going to contribute to business because, thinking about KPIs and costs, the work you're actually going to do is going to either increase profits or reduce costs, which is, I think, really important if a company is asking this from a service designer. Now, let's answer the other question. What could be improved about this job description? There's one huge red flag, and I think you might already know what it is. If we look at this job description and we look at the responsibilities, the list just keeps going on and on. This is, again, a huge red flag. The things that they describe in here are actually quite good. The only problem is you need a team to do that, not one person. They describe research activities, they describe data analysis, they describe understanding business process, they describe being able to visualize and visually communicate stuff. Now, I don't know about you, but I haven't met a lot of people / service designers who are capable of doing all those things. So this is potentially already setting you up for failure in your job, and I would be very, very worried when I see so many responsibilities. Again, the individual responsibilities absolutely make sense, but on a unicorn scale, they're looking for 8.5 out of 10 on the unicorn scale. So that will be quite tricky. Now, what is my overall impression of this job by Ikhokha? I think the person who wrote this definitely knows what they are talking about. There are a lot of good things in here. It makes a lot of sense that they talk about service strategy, end-to-end journeys. Again, a lot of positive things. I would definitely apply for this position if I were be looking for a job. The only and big question I would have is I would try to really understand what the real responsibilities are. What is my mandate? How much resources would I get? With whom will I be working with? And to state that, like here, you need 3+ years of experience. I think that's for the things you'll be responsible for, that's an underestimation. I don't think somebody with 3 years of experience will be able to successfully achieve on those things. So again, that might be setting you up for success. If these responsibilities would be more specific, I think this would be a really, really good job description. There are some things which I also would be interested in, like the salary and stuff. But again, content-wise, I think they say a lot of good things here. So leave a comment down below and let us know which question would you have after seeing this job position. Which question would you ask in the job interview? Let us know down below in the comments. And in this next video, Daniela reviews a job at Her Majesty Revenue and Customs in the UK. Sounds exciting, right? So I'm going to check that out. And if you want to do as well, click the video over here and we'll see you over there.